Here we are. It's the beginning of the challenge, so day one. One game a week for 1 month. First thing to do is to find the ID for the game. So what do I have? Oh, 12 works of Hercules, Shark Hunt, Overcome Your Fear and Fight the Great White Shark. Those seem interesting games, but it's not possible to do them in 1 week. So it's important to not be too much ambitious. In 1 week it's very short, and I've done some game jam before, and usually the scope that we have is 2 or 3 times too high. So I have to really reduce the scope and target a very small game, especially for the first week. Revisit the classics, so Snakes, Pac-Man, Mario. It could be fun. Maybe some are already existing, so I have to check. And some games with interaction, so it's very important in VR to you are in the game with your hand and your head. You have to use most of this. So I got a game with a tool to dig in the rocks. Game of Tarzan or your string in the jungle. I got the idea of somebody walking on the road and playing on his phone at the same time. So you cannot lose your game on the phone and you cannot die on the street. So you have 2 things to do in parallel. To play with the size, so very small, very high. It's about ball game, like whack-a-mole, I don't know how to say that, but you have a ball and you throw it into a target, or you break something with it. We have to think about the why Mineo games to VR games. It is to bring player the best level of immersion, so to dive into a game and forget that you are playing, to experiment the impossible, to do some things that you cannot do in real life, to feel different, to feel powerful, to feel bigger, smaller, to experiment something different, to overcome your limit, to overcome your fear, to realize that you get strength, stamina, or have the game bring some value for you. 4 pillars that drives us at Mineo games. Hey, 4 pillars, 4 weeks, 4 games. It could be so nice that I could focus on one pillar for 1 week. It would be very nice. Yeah, I like the idea, appreciate. Actually, the first thing to do is to have a planning. So to be organized in order to make out a challenge like this, that's really straight. We got to do planning. So what I come out, it's today I should find the idea of the game and make a game design document. And when you create a game, it's based to write down every idea you have, and to structure your game in a good way. So that's for Monday. Tuesday is for the prototype. So I have a first version of the game that shows the main mechanic of the game. Tuesday it's I will say the last time that we can switch the game ID if it's not good. So prototype for Tuesday. Wednesday it will be developing the gameplay. So it's the main thing, the more important thing. So that's why we do it first on Wednesday. Thursday it's creating the art assets. So I don't know, 3D assets, character or level assets. Yes, 1 day for us. It's very short. Friday it's to do the level and bring together all the pieces of the game. And that's it. The game has to be finished on Friday in my planning. Because of Saturday, I do the export and test in production and release. So make the game page and uploading and make all the screenshots, etc. So that Sunday I can communicate on the game. So make video, for example, screenshots, post on social media, and hopefully have some rest, because we got 3 more weeks after that. So here it is. Hope that it will work, and let's go for the first step. So it's the ID. So day 2, I was supposed to finish the prototype today. It's everything didn't go as planned. Yesterday I wasn't able to find a game idea that I liked. So today I spent 2 hours on validate the ID and making the game design document. The game might be called Vermin Exterminator. So you play the role of an exterminator agent with a high-tech gauntlet that you use to eliminate your enemies, which are pest animals. So you got several weapons on the gauntlet that you can select with your hand. You got insecticide spray, you got fire, you got laser, and you got gun, and each of these weapons will be effective against one enemy. And the enemies will be bugs, spider, rats, and snakes. With new levels will come new skills, new weapons, and your goal is to eliminate all the pests in the place. So maybe it will be a house or a bunker or an apartment. I found some nice items on the store for the location. Hopefully I will gain some time with this. Maybe for the animals I get to buy some to give me some extra times, because I got one day for arts, and if I stick to the gauntlet, I think it will be enough. Hey guys, we're Wednesday, so the 3rd day. So we're at the middle of the challenge of the first week. I'm late, very late. I was supposed to have finished the prototype yesterday, and it's not finished yet. Just managed to have a laser beam going out from the end and killing a rat. But the ray is not following the right direction right now, and the rat is stay still for now. Maybe I can fix that tonight. I learned many things today. I spent more than 4 hours learning new things about Unreal Engine. And I trained on the dynamic combat system, which is a plugin that the guy made so well done. Was thrilling to learn so much things. So it's another interest of this challenge for me, is to quickly learn some new things, complex things. So yes, being late means that I should reduce the perimeter of the game, so maybe go down from 2 environments to 1, and maybe for the weapons and enemies going from 4 to 3. So we'll see. Hey, so what's the news for day 4? This morning I implemented the enemy class with a fleeing behavior. I lost some time with the health bar that was not displaying because it's not mandatory to have it, but I implemented the damage and the death of the enemies. And on the afternoon I worked on the gauntlet, so I made some research to get some references and some drawing to visualize how the gauntlet would be, and then I tried on the modelization software. I got some issues. At first I made the form of an arm, but I have a rotating system on it, so the meshes break through together, so I'm gonna make it again with a circular one. So I'm quite late because the gauntlet is not finished at all, and there is also the texturing and model of the weapon themselves, and also I haven't worked yet on the level manager, neither the spawning system. I don't think I got the time to make a tutorial. It's quite hard. Yes, it's a bit short. We'll see, but most of the work must be done tomorrow. Now we are at the end of the 6th day, and I didn't feel on the 5th because I was struggling with my gauntlet. I tried to make it work with 2 gauntlets on each on one end, but finally I took only one end and it was good. It's really handy, you can change your weapon. I did sound effect. It comes back into position if you're not really centered. It's fired precisely, at least with the laser, so I got to reproduce the system for the other weapons. I coded the overheat system too, so I get to display it when it works. And then so tomorrow is the last day, so there's a lot of work to do. Normally the big issues have been done, so I hope that it will flow and I could finish on time. We'll see. Hey guys, this is the day, at the end of the first week challenge. It was a very great experience. Wow, 1 week already, it went very fast. It was very amazing. It was tiring, I must admit. I slept a little, worked a lot, worked all day, dreaming of it the night. I've done everything I could to make the greatest game possible for you. So literally, I forgot that there is an outside. Next week I should probably go out a little. I'm impressed of how much you can learn, how fast you can go when you have a short period like this to work. And I'm really proud of what gone out of this challenge. I think it's the best game I ever made, and it's like the second one in VR, I think. So I'm happy with the interaction with the gauntlet that you have. It's really powerful. You feel really empowered with the gauntlet. It's really class. Yeah, it's me, the vermin exterminator. Yeah, I managed to do 4 enemies and 4 weapons, and in 1 week. I like the effects, the sound effect. I'm really great. I'm really grateful that I could accomplish that. This trailer, I think there might be a bug in my tracking software. I see nearly 80 hours of work. This is quite abnormal. This is quite unusual. To be honest, I was so excited. I realized that I have some reserves because I'm fully motivated to continue the challenge. So first week was amazing. Next week it will be great too. Yesterday I worked on the gauntlet. to finish the proper interaction, add some display on it for the overheat, the weapon selected, add some sounds, add some effect for the weapons, encoded the enemies. Hopefully my girlfriend saw my despair and she came to help me with the modelization of the gauntlet, because mine was awful and she's pretty talented, so thank you for that. Sadly I haven't too much time to make the levels, to work lots on the levels, in the tutorial. Yes, the game was quite ambitious for this period, so I guess it's normal. I'm not used to make games in VR. It will come with the experience. And be better to plan and follow the schedule, maybe. But for the second week I'm already late because I'm not ready to game yet. At this time the game should be released, so I can't wait you guys to play it and tell me your impressions. So see you for the second week. Be sure to subscribe and tell me what you think in the comments. Bye! Whoa, whoa!